Hello, everybody. Sorry I kept you waiting. We kept you waiting because Chase is here today as well. Hello, Chase.
Yeah, it's my fault. We were talking about
No,
swords.
yeah. So I was telling Chase that I got 300 years old, 400. I don't know. Years old sword from my father-in-law as a present. An extremely expensive and unique sword. So yeah, I was just bragging about it basically because it's pretty cool. It's a katana from the Edo period.
Yeah. Hmm? And I'm assuming it's like a family heirloom kind of thing.
I don't know exactly because this guy collects stuff. He's got a bunch of older pictures and scrolls and whatnot. Some are his family's, some are not. I don't know if this one is. I didn't ask him. I would say probably not. It must be one, but it's original. He's a passion for history, so I know he's not bullshitting about it. So that's pretty cool. Hello, Mr. Guy, a guy. Hello, welcome back. How are you doing? Okay, so I'm gonna zoom this in or make this bigger. I'm gonna use this one that I redesigned that last time. Let's see how that goes. But yeah, it's a pretty cool katana. I might post some pictures once I set it up somewhere in my room, like here in my office. So it's got the blade, because it's so delicate and old, it needs to be cleaned with a specific method that I could not understand yet. I'm gonna have to have him explain it to me again. Like with a little, it's like a cotton ball on a stick sort of thing, and you put something on it, which is a special oil they use, like a mineral oil, to preserve it. And then the blade itself is put in a sheet of wood, not in the original, because in the original it would just rust basically. And the original sheath is in a silk inside a silk bag basically. And that's also to avoid damage and whatnot. But it's pretty cool. Like the whole thing, it's the stand, the actual sheath, the cover, another cover for the wooden thing, and the wooden thing with the blade inside. So it's pretty cool and heavy. I was not expecting it to be so heavy, but it's pretty heavy. So
yeah,
and thick.
Swords are pretty heavy.
Yeah.
That's really cool that he gave that to you. It's like, here, take this, go and seek your revenge.
Yeah, please don't kill my daughter. No, but it's I was surprised because we gave him his birthday present and he was like, "Oh, I got a present for you too." I'm like, "What?" That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Hopefully one day I wouldn't like Game On from it's kind of like, it's a little thicker though. Well, it's considerably thicker because it's not supposed to be used like that. It's supposed to be just for protection, to protect the blade inside. So it's really thick. It's not the size of an actual sheath of a katana. It's double that size. So I can't really put it on the stand. I'm gonna have to ask him how I can put it there, because it's gotta stay inside that, otherwise it's gonna rust. It's so old. So you can actually tell that it's old because some parts, like the little part that's before the actual blade, that you can tell it's pretty old because it's like it's not stainless steel obviously, so it's like a little blued in a few areas, a little blue, and change the color. It's kind of stained basically, so you can tell it's definitely not a new thing.
He gave you more than one, right? Because I saw the pictures, and there's one with the wooden hilt, and then there's black.
No, here's
one.
the thing. So it's the same thing. It's just that the blade has been put in the wooden thing, in the wooden case. It's like a wooden pseudo katana. It's made of wood, very thick to protect it from corrosion and whatever. That's why it's there. But the blade belongs to the other part you saw. That's made with the... I'm not sure, it's something made of shark something. I could not understand exactly what he said because he spoke Japanese, obviously. So he said that part is made with something of the shark. I'm not sure what exactly. But the bony part is made of something like... it might be like shark bones or...
you sure it's not like
sure.
Samagawa?
No, he said Same something. So it was definitely.
Because I know it like there's like a like on the handle that they often use what's called Samegawa. It's like shark skin, basically. It's like
that might be that. Yeah, okay, it might be. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what but the white part looks like ivory.
Not to sound like a weeb.
It kind of looks like ivory to me. So it's definitely not plastic. So, because I have one, I have a fake katana at home in Italy. You can tell the difference.
Right.
You can clearly tell this is the real deal. It's not as fancy as the other ones he's got. It's pretty simple. Like the blade does not have any decoration, obviously. So this might have been a piece that was supposed to be used because it's very simple. The other ones he's got, they're more like for decoration purposes, I think, because they are very
actually
nice.
Yes. I'm looking at the picture right now, with the black wrapping on it, and like the picture where he's pointing at it, and you can see the Samegawa and the little diamonds. That's what that is.
Okay.
Actually, when that's pretty common in a lot of these sorts of blades, but it's oh gosh, how to put this? Like you can so like there's kind of like modern katanas that are sort of longer blades, but there's also like tanto blades, which are sort of like have you ever seen them like almost the short blade kind of katanas?
Yeah, it's not very long. This is not very long, but it's a katana still.
And those are typically like almost completely wrapped in the shark skin, the Samegawa. But yeah, that kind of diamond pattern with that in it, that's pretty standard for that kind of katana. I'm assuming that's what he was talking about. Could be.
Also hard to understand because my son was like, let me touch it. I'm like, no. No. Also, he actually got upset. My son got upset because I went to the restroom at some point, and I put the sword here in the meantime in this room, and I heard, because the restroom is right next to my room, I heard he was coming here, and I'm like, don't go there, don't touch the sword because you're gonna get hurt. And he got upset and he said, that's my present. I'm like, that's not your present, that's my present. It's like, okay, then when I become 5, when I'm older, like I become 5, you give me the sword. I'm like, maybe 50. Not 5. And he got upset and he was about to cry. He went hiding because he said, that's mine. He said, Gigi gave it to me. I'm like, no, he gave it to me, not to you. But yeah, he also, because my son is doing kendo now, so he's into swords and stuff. So
in that picture with the black like the black hilt, it looks, I don't know if that's just the lighting or not, but what is what's the emblem that he's pointing to in the diamond pattern?
I'm not sure, I should check again. It's let me see, I'm gonna check the photo now. I can actually share it, I guess. Let me see. Where did I? Here. I posted it in Jesus' thing as well. I guess it doesn't matter if I show my son's hand anyway. Oops. Alright, there you go.
That's actually, like, with a lot of katanas, that's actually, I believe that's called a manuki. It's like a metal ornament that you put under the handle wrapping, and it's usually like specific to the katana.
Yeah. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna have to ask him again.
Sometimes it's like an emblem or a family crest or something.
Yeah, here's the thing. Yeah, this one doesn't have the Kamon thing like around the hilt to protect the hand, basically the hand guard. It doesn't have anything fancy, so that's why I'm thinking this might have been actually supposed to go to battle, because it's not super fancy as a piece versus the other ones he's got that are a little more, decorated. This one is simpler. I like simple, so I actually like it a lot.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, I kept saying the black thing. I was trying to remember the name. It's the Suka Ito the handle
okay.
wrapping. That's that black, like the black diamond pattern thing wrapping around it.
So you're saying the white part is the shark skin?
The white stuff, the white stuff and the diamonds on the wrapping. That's probably what he's referring to. The Samigala.
Yeah, yes, I think so, because that's what I pointed out. Like, what is this? It looks like bone. And he said that's something that obviously I could not understand well, but cool. That's Nate. Select it. So yeah, I like it. I like it, and I'm gonna find a suitable spot, and then I'll take a better picture and post it on Discord.
Oh yeah, I'm jealous. I only have these fake katanas. Well, I mean,
that's pretty cool though. I saw it.
Them.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
When you have,
I say fake. They're not decorative per se. You could actually stab someone with them, but it's not like an Edo period katana.
Yeah.
It's just like damn.
One thing that leaves me perplexed though, because we are obviously talking about swords after this. Even before that, because he was asking me if I wanted to do kendo because my son was doing it. I'm like, yeah, I would like to. I just didn't have time. And then later he gave me the sword. And he showed me, because I got a wooden one as well, like a practice sword here. Right. I think I showed that before. And he was trying to show me, like, this is how you strike. Obviously not with the real one, because that would be dangerous. And I'm like, okay, well, what if an opponent strikes you from the side? Because, in battle, it's like, whatever. He's like, no, that doesn't happen. I'm like, okay, but what if it does? Yeah, but that's not what happens in kendo. And I'm like, yeah, but... in a real duel, you don't know. So apparently kendo, at least the way they do it here now, does not have a way to protect your side. So the only strikes you do in kendo are straight, at least as far as I can understand from what he said. Straight or basically almost straight. Like you do not slash from the side, which sounds strange to me because in fencing you have various, like at least up to 7 guards, at least traditionally, to protect yourself from various, basically 7 parries. In traditional military stable, at least. So I don't know. It's strange. Maybe I misunderstood. Maybe I don't know. But the thing he explained to me in terms of kendo alone is that the only strikes they have are from the front, like just up and down, basically, just hitting it like that, which is weird because in a real fight, how do you do? Because it's going to happen at some point. Someone will think, hey, this guy is only going up and down. What if I go sideways? Like I step on the side, I dodge the attack, and I strike from the side. So, go figure. I don't know.
Some of those are probably from previous rules of engagement. Obviously, in a real fight, you're not going to be fencing or doing anything like this. But...
So, whatever.
Still, yeah. I'm just nerding about that katana. You'll have to tell me what the Manuki is later. Because that's one thing I really like about these kind of katanas is like that. So like the Manuki is like the ornament.
Yes.
And the ornament that they use in it is kind of like, it's supposed to typify the katana.
Oh yeah.
Like, so sometimes you'll see like they'll have like a crest of a tiger. And the idea is that depending on the crest, that kind of... It tells you about the character of the sword itself, which I always find fascinating.
I'm gonna have to ask. I don't think I did. I saw it, but we were about to eat the cake, and the kids were around, so it's not like I can keep the precious and delicate stuff around for too long. So I'm gonna ask him tomorrow.
Sometimes it's just like a representation of the guy who made it, right? Like some blacksmiths or people that would construct these swords, they would have like a specific emblem that they use, and so when you would see that ornament, that Manuki, they'd be like, "Oh, that I know that this guy made that sword." It's pretty neat, like an artist touch or a watermark.
This thing crashed again. There you go. Yeah, it seems. I don't know exactly what it is. I can't really tell because it's half wrapped, but I'm gonna check again tomorrow. And then I'm gonna have to learn how to keep it clean, and because it would be a shame if I started keeping it and then it would rust, in my hands. That would be a terrible tragedy, because it's such a beautiful piece of equipment. It's really good. The photos I took did not make it justice, really. It's really cool to see. Really cool. So now I can be an urban ninja with a katana. I'm just gonna need a bandana and something to cover my mouth, and I can just go around pretending to be cool and stuff like that.
If you need ideas for how to dress yourself, just look at the stuff you've made for me.
Yeah, pretty much. No, this stuff is cool. I like swords. I always like swords. I just could never... I would have never spent money for something like this. I just can't afford it. So I'm glad I received this gift, because I would have never been able to afford something like this right now. Maybe one day. Like if... one of the ideas I had, like if I ever had a house, I would definitely have a room where I put swords and stuff like that. It's ancient and cool. Definitely something like that. Because I've always wanted to. Any kind of sword, really. Although I'm a huge fan of hilts from the 1600s, especially side swords and back swords. Really cool hilts. All those very decorated, like Schiavonas and whatnot from Venice. Very cool swords. I actually was about to order one from a blacksmith like 8 years ago or something, but the waiting time was 2 years, so I had to say no, because I didn't want to pay in advance for something like that. Unfortunately, I didn't, because I think I heard the blacksmith got cancer after a while. He didn't die, but he was out of the job for a year or two. It's a blacksmith, an Italian blacksmith that works in the UK. I forgot his name now. Marco something. Really cool swords, really cool guy. Also very kind. Like he actually told me several things about it, and I said, nah, I don't think I can wait so long. I am an impatient kid. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna wait. You have a gunblade, right, Chase?
Yeah.
I want a gunblade too. And I want a buster sword. Made of metal. It would be like 300 pounds or something.
Have you seen those guys that they do YouTube videos?
Yes.
And they've made like real life buster swords?
Yeah. I was an aficionado of Men at Arms a few years ago. They made a keyblade too. They make a lot of things. A lot of things. Anyway, it's funny that he gave me the sword now, because if you remember maybe last month or something, I posted Metal Gear Rising Revengeance katana, like tech katana on Cheese's Discord. So I was like, already thinking like me, I should get some kind of sword. So this is a pleasant surprise. Definitely. Oh well. If I had extra money, I would get that too. But Christmas is soon, so I'm gonna have to become poor to get my kids some presents. It sucks that my son
weapon collection will have to wait.
Yeah, my own satisfaction has to be put in the back burner in favor of the kids' satisfaction. I hate being a parent. No, I don't. But also because in any case, my son likes the same things I like, so I could literally buy him like a Godzilla action figure, and he would be content with it, and I would be too. So as soon as he gets a little older, I can get him stuff that he doesn't break, because he doesn't break it. It's gonna be a little better. Right now he wants a telescope. I don't know if I'm gonna get him a telescope though. I might just get him a planetarium or something.
I've got a telescope.
You go with telescope?
I have a telescope.
Oh, you have it. Oh, I always wanted a telescope. I never had one, honestly.
You can find some for pretty cheap these days.
Yeah, I know. They were pretty expensive though when I was a kid. At least where I was born. Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, we have a lot of light pollution around here, so I don't know how much we could see. Today's pretty much can't see anything. Also because the moon is full, so it would be in any case really difficult to do. But still, even if it wasn't, I don't know. I'm considering either that or a planetarium, like a home planetarium, like a Homestar, the Sony Homestar, whatever. Because I've been wanting to buy that thing to him for years, and I didn't because he was too small, and I thought he would not be interested, but now he is. Funny enough, definitely not because I bought him books about dinosaurs and about space. He's really into the kind of stuff. So hopefully the first thing he said was actually that he wanted to go to the planetarium, because they said, hey, there's a place like this nearby. I said, oh, well, let's go for my birthday. And instead, well, we could go, but probably also gonna get him something like that, so hopefully he falls asleep with that. That's one of the main reasons why I cannot stream earlier, is because he doesn't sleep. So I have to take him to his mom at some point if he just doesn't sleep by 10. Today he didn't.
That's great that he's interested in scientific stuff.
Oh, he's super interested, like insects, dinosaurs, marine creatures, and space.
That's great.
Yeah, he's a nerd. He's a nerd and a Zelda fan, so...
Well, that's going to be helpful to him in the future.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. No, I'm happy that I bought him all the, scientific material. It's just funny books, but he got interested. When he was smaller, he liked, maybe because of Blippi, he liked like construction equipment, like excavators and whatnot, but that's pretty common, with kids.
Yeah.
And then I showed him something with dinosaurs once, and he was like, oh, I want this. And I said, oh, is this a dinosaur? And today we were watching the Steven Spielberg, what's it called? The documentary on Netflix. That was also co-directed by Steven Spielberg, the one that's voiced by Morgan Freeman. That's actually pretty good. And he was like super excited, like, oh, look, a volcano. That's a volcano. Oh, he said thousands of years. Like, yes, he did. It's actually pretty cool. That's the main reason why I wanted kids. Just to be able to share this stuff with someone, be able to teach.
Oh,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, is that it's called like Life on Our Planet,
yes,
or something
that
like
one,
that? Yeah.
It's good. It's good quality. Actually, pretty cool quality. Pretty good. And obviously, it's got Morgan Freeman's voice, which is very interesting. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Just waiting for the other kid to grow up enough so that I don't have to witness to yelling and waking me up at 6 a.m. anymore. And hopefully we can talk about something else. Hopefully art. He's pretty artistic. Maybe. Anyway, I think you're still nerding about that katana, right?
Oh no, I've just been thinking about my other weapons too.
Weapons.
My giant trident.
I think you showed me that one too.
Yeah, I was looking up online to see how much like a trident would cost. I can't even find the trident that I have available anywhere.
Where did you get it? I don't know if you told me before.
I believe someone gifted it to me.
Nice. A trident is not a really common thing. You can get spears maybe. A trident, not very common. So that's pretty cool.
It makes a nice decorative piece. The thing is, so like it's kind of like a two-piece set. It unscrews in the middle, so you've got the top section and the bottom section,
Yeah.
so it makes it easy to, if you need to take it apart and replace it somewhere else, you can do that. But like it also, I don't know if like the picture made this clear, but like on the head of the trident where the tings are, it has like two little eagle heads on the side that are popping out.
Oh,
It's actually really well crafted.
I like it. I'm also a fan of handguns though. Since Devil May Cry. No, probably not before. Nah, probably since Metal Gear. Not sure about before that. Yeah, either Devil May Cry or Metal Gear got me into handguns. So...
Well, obviously I like guns. Actually, I'm looking at my replica pirate gun right now.
Nice. Oh yeah, those ones with the actual mechanism outside.
Oh yeah,
you can see
it's basically like a flintlock.
Yeah. Oh, actually, my neighbor in Italy when I was growing up, his dad had one. There was I don't know if it was original. At some point, they got wasted because he kept kind of using it. He actually put gunpowder in there and tried to fire it. Obviously, it didn't have any bullet, but that was pretty cool. It was. It looked original to me. I don't know if it was. Definitely not something a kid should have, but he was like, we were like 12, 13, and he had this thing. And I was drooling over that thing, like, how can you have something so cool? Probably from the 1800s or something. Not a pirate one, but definitely one of those with the...
Okay, here, thing. Listen to this. I guess you can't hear that.
No.
But I used the flintlock mechanism and shot it.
No, I couldn't hear it. I guess it's the microphone. I heard it click.
Yeah, there you go.
I always wanted to own a Desert Eagle.
If you're listening, don't worry. It's just a replica. I'm not actually firing in my house.
Yeah, that would be a little bit louder, probably. I would argue. It would sound a little bit louder. I think. I assume. Oh, anyway. Man, I hope to sleep tonight because I didn't sleep again last night. Oh, not much anyway. Oh, I'm gonna have to tidy out the warehouse garage a little bit so I can put my 3D printer in there. I can finally start printing again. It's too noisy in here. You know what I would also like to have at some point? A bow. A wooden bow. Not one of the newer ones with the ridiculous mechanism. Yeah. No, like an actual wooden bow. Traditional. I would do it here if I had time and there was a place. Archery. I always wanted to learn to fire a bow as well.
No, forget that. I want a crossbow.
Crossbows are also pretty cool. Oh, this guy also had a crossbow. The one I just mentioned that had the gun also had a crossbow. Obviously without darts, but that was a real crossbow.
You should come around here. People go bow hunting all the time on the season.
Yeah, I know. I heard. I actually watched an interview. I think it was Rogan, might have been, because one of his friends. No, it might have been Huberman actually. Anyway, someone. There was this guy who was a professional bow hunter apparently, who talked about his experience. That's actually pretty fascinating. Like the way he was. I'm not saying everyone should just go around and shoot things randomly and just go hunting just like that, but he was very respectful of the animal. The way he actually talked about it. So.
Of course.
Like very merciful kill.
Hunters are not bloodthirsty people that are like getting off on killing things. Most of the time, they're very respectful, and they don't want to cause too much suffering to an animal. That's why you go for specific methods of killing them that are quick
Yeah.
and painless for the animal.
Yeah, basically, he said he shot the buck. He was a buck hunter. He shot the buck right through the jugular vein, basically, and it died immediately. So without suffering anything, they probably didn't even notice. So they said that was very important because you don't want the animal to suffer. There's no point in that. So it was interesting, like the way he described it, the whole recollection of it, like the way he said, like he was there and the sun was rising and it was like shining through, like halfway through the woods. That was very interesting. Like, it's gonna be a fascinating experience anyway, because it's just you, the bears, and your prey. So it's a different experience. Like nowadays, you don't understand this sort of experience probably. Me neither, obviously. But it's difficult to have that sort of natural feeling, because obviously we are hunters, you know, we're predators, so that's what we're made for. I imagine it's gotta be a somewhat transformational experience, especially if you've been there for many hours, tracking your prey for a long time, especially if you're starving.
My friend, he actually owned a few acres of land. It was mostly forest, so whenever I go to his house, we would hang out there. And he had a tree stand that you could use for hunting. So, you know, just like an elevated ladder up into a tree, not like a tree house, but like just a stand that you would sit in, and basically wait for prey to go by. I mean, it can be a laborious process just sitting there, because you're just sitting there waiting most of the time until finally something comes along.
Yeah. It's not easy. Also, it was interesting that he made a parallel with the way we are used to, you know, getting meat nowadays. He said, according to him at least, the way he was doing it was way more respectful towards the animals, because at least they were not kept in cages. So he was just there. In any case, if he didn't do that, the animal would have been killed by some other animal, and in a way more painful way. Way more painful. So in the end, if the animal has to die, it's better if it dies in the most peaceful way possible, rather than either like it's still, you know, live the life as a free being and dying like that, than living in a cage and being fed just to feed someone else or something else, which is basically what happens, you know, with pasture animals like cows or whatever, cattle of any kind. So
I mean, yeah, those farm animals are bred just to be eaten. So
yeah, so that's probably not so nice. He also said he goes for older animals, obviously, because he knows they do not have much left anyway. That's a pretty interesting philosophy. It's way different than, oh, hey, look, bro, I went hunting, I'm taking a photo with the buck here. Like, it's not exactly like that. At least not the way he put it. It's not to showcase, oh, look, I'm strong. I want all the chicks now because I can hunt. It's more of a, for the way he put it, for him, it was more of a transformational experience. Just a way to be more in touch with the primordial nature or something like that, which was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, hunters have a specific method of the way they break animals. So with the breaking of the animal, you take the idea is that if you're going to take this creature and use it for sustenance, you don't let any of its parts go to waste.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, when you look at the way that we process venison, and you look at all of the individual parts of the deer that you're using and say, okay, this is what you use for this, right? And it's so fascinating when you look at, like, you know, there are specific things you can do with the neck meat, and then the ribs, and then the flank, and then like the shoulder, and then the shanks and whatnot. Like, all of these different things can be processed into different types of meats. And so we make sure that, like, if we're going to be using this animal and we're going to process it and use it as food, we don't want anything of that creature to go to waste.
Right.
Because then you're just like killing something, and it's like, I don't know, we just have that internal mechanism in us where it's like we took this creature's life And so, because we're doing that, we should still honor and respect it even after it's dead. And so, if we use this for sustenance, which I mean, that's part of the cycle of nature, everything feeds off of everything else as part of our ecosystems. So, don't let. I mean, he's right that other animals don't have that sensibility where it's like if a bear attacks something, a bear will go for its neck and let the creature bleed out and suffer to death and drag it around until it's finally dead, and that could be hours. most of these animals attacks when they feed on other animals, it's not like it's in like 5 minutes and then it's done and the creature is dead. It's a very long process often.
So yeah, in the end, if the person's reasonable enough, it's not gonna be too bad for the prey, because it's gonna die anyway. So better, I wouldn't say honorable, but less suffered death than really bleeding out for days. That would be insanely painful for the animal, I guess.
I mean, if you want to see a painful death, go watch like a group of lions feeding on a gazelle or something.
Yes.
They don't kill it immediately. They're taking bits and pieces and bites while it's still alive. That is the cruelty of nature.
Yeah, absolutely. That's also what velociraptors do, according to Jurassic Park. The thing is, you're still alive when they start eating you.
I can believe it. I have a birdhouse in my backyard, and I watch the behavior of birds all the time, and good Lord, they are very cruel to one another.
Birds are cruel. Let's remember that.
It's like pigeons. Pigeons are such assholes.
Pigeons are mean and scary. And dumb.
Because we have like a variety of birds here. We've got like sparrows, finches, pigeons, and cardinals and blue jays and all this stuff. And it's like whenever we put bird feed out and all these various birds are coming together, the pigeons are of course always the biggest ones. And so when all the birds are trying to collect feed off of the ground, because they like to get into the birdhouse and then just toss it all over the ground, like the pigeons will run around and start bullying the other birds, like get away from the food or else I'm going to kill you, that kind of thing.
Man, pigeons.
I've unfortunately had to dispose of a couple of dead birds in my time.
Oh, same. I remember though when I had cats, sometimes the cat would take me a bird, like a dead bird, then offer it as an offer or something, like it's a gift. So I also had to dispose sometimes of dead birds. I like birds though in general, pretty cool creatures. Pretty cool. How did it work?
I mean, for the most part, yeah. Especially like the vibrant ones. Like I'm really glad that we have like cardinals, because cardinals are such beautiful birds. The males in particular with their red, vibrant patterns and whatnot. Blue jays have pretty cool colorations too, but blue jays are kind of assholes as well. And they're very loud and squawky.
Like kids, loud. I don't like loud. Loud is bad. The only loud I like is cloud. Ah. And that's today's joke. See, a little too close here. I'm going for black and white here just so I can see the values well, but it's I'm using colors underneath. I don't mind a little bit of bleeding because it's just more interesting, I guess. I do not mind at all.
I don't mind a little bit of bleeding. That's how I ended up married.
Jesus. No. Collar bleeding. Speaking of bleeding, I need to change my monitor too after getting a PC. I'm gonna get a cheap one though. I don't need anything fancy. I'm not gonna go for ultra wide anymore, because it's just insanely overpriced. So I'm probably gonna get a 27-inch, something cheap, like $200 or something. Because in any case, I watch the tablet screen more often than I watch the other screen, so 27 inches plenty.
I think mine is 32. I've got like a 32 curved monitor.
How far do you sit?
I was eventually pretty much right next to it. I've just got a
Isn't
small
it like, don't you get like a sore neck or something if you stay too close?
Not really.
That's what happened to me at the beginning when I was using the ultra wide. I'm
not like leaning in like a weirdo, but
yeah. Me neither, of course. Who does that, by the way? Not me. Sometimes I do.
I wanted to get a dual monitor setup, but I just don't have the space for it right now.
I don't know. Dual monitor. The problem is that you always. It's better to have 3 at that point, because I kept dual monitors for a long time before I switched to ultra wide. And the problem is that, well, first they were not matching, but that's okay. You can just get 2; they're the same. You have to keep one in front and one on the side, because otherwise you got the crease, like the seam in the middle. Obviously, it's 2 different monitors, so it's not the best. 3, yes, I can do. 2, it depends. I did not enjoy the 2 monitors experience. I did like the real estate. Obviously, it was more than I have now with the ultra wide, but ultra wides are nice, but I guess not for me. I don't know. I could get a 4K for 260, but I think I'm gonna go for a 1440p 27-inch, because that seems like reasonably priced, and like 238, something like that. I saw it today. And
yeah, mine is just a 1080p, and I'm totally fine with that. I don't
really.
Need like
isn't it too blurry at 32 inches?
No,
Really?
It's pretty crisp and solid. My monitor is also 185 hertz, so it's
Okay,
like really
well, that's
smooth.
yeah, I understand. Understandable. No, this one I have here is 35 inches ultra wide, so it's 3440 by 1440p pixels, which is nice. I like it, but it's broken. So unfortunately, since I broke it when I was putting it back in the box, whatever. I'm not gonna get one that's like this, because it's gonna be $500 if I get it. And I'm not gonna drop another $500 after spending $1,500 for the computer. No. I honestly wanted to be able to afford a PS5 this year. It doesn't look like I will. At this point, I might just bite the bullet and just get it now as an investment, sort of. If I can get enough time to play. If I can justify the time I spent yeah, right. If I cannot justify the time I spent playing, like if I justify it and say, okay, I'm gonna make some YouTube videos on another channel, hopefully I can monetize a little bit with that, or get something, but just enough to buy the games, maybe I can do that. It's hard, obviously, nowadays, but maybe I can do that. If not, I'm probably not gonna get it, because I just did not have time to do it. Like, I was thinking about it today. Today I worked on some lore for the monsters. I don't know if I will be able to launch Patreon next week, but definitely it's definitely gonna be in November. And I noticed how long it takes to set up all that stuff. So since I care more about that than I care about playing games nowadays, I might just not do it. I might just not get the PS5 and just work a little longer on drawing, because I have fun drawing anyway. Like, for me, it's kind of like playing a game. If I work on my own stuff, obviously. If I work on someone else's stuff, apart from Chase's stuff, because that's pretty much like doing my own stuff, because we have similar ideas. in general, when I work, I don't have as much fun as when I work on my own stuff. Like when I work for, you know, commissions and stuff like that. In general, in
I think
major kernel.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, but I think you said you got like 12 commissions recently,
Yes.
something like that. Yeah.
12 undead creatures. There was supposed to be 24, but I'm gonna do 12 in batches of 6 probably. So that's a lot, and they're all undead creatures. So
is it for a horror game?
No, it's a tabletop RPG.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's because the other artist that's working on it is not good at apparently at drawing skeletons and, you know, undead stuff. So I'm like, whatever. Unless it's anime girls that I really can't do, not well anyway. I can, but not well. I can tackle skeletons and whatnot. I actually know skeletal anatomy pretty well in general. It's gonna get better now, but yeah, I do not hate drawing skeletons. It just takes a long time to draw all the bones. It's pretty cool. It makes sense, as the owner or the creator of the game said. Well, you know, it's a Halloween month, so will definitely not be able to finish them by Tuesday, but it's fine. It's fine. It is fine.
I guess I'll hold off on my undead stuff.
Yeah,
so
please.
You're not burn out.
Please. Because I've been doing that for. Oh man, I hope the other because I've got 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4 active clans right now, considering some are not active at the moment. Let's say the active ones are like 4. So there's another one that's hopefully not also going to commission, because I've got something that I have to do. I know that I have to do it at some point, probably next month. I hope it's not going to be undead creatures though, because that would be a little too much. At that point I might say, you know what, I'm not going to do it. Because that's really cool.
I guess undead is like a common and popular category for like RPG creatures. I don't know. For me, I go for a variety of different things though. I understand, like, yeah, you know, if you've got like an undead area, but for me personally, it's like when I think about biomes, it's like maybe like 3 to 4 unique creatures per biome is kind of my mentality.
Yeah,
I don't know if I would need
works,
like 12 undead creatures in one biome. That seems a little overkill.
Yeah.
But it's not my game, so I don't know the circumstances.
Right. Well, these are. No, I probably can't talk about it. Let's say they are kind of variations of each other, but they're not. They are unique illustrations, but they are like, basically variations of the same type. I don't know exactly how it works because I don't read docs, but yeah. But you know, the thing I enjoy when I work in the Monsters for You is that we have similar ideas. In general, people from the West tend to lean, in any case, even if they work on JRPGs, they tend to want things done a little more, you know, Western manner. You don't, which is what I really like. So we got creatures that are completely insane and make no logical sense, and that's what I like. Honestly, when I draw monsters, like I don't want to draw stuff that's obvious. Like I've been working on some skeletons. That's nice. I like to draw those, I guess, but it's not as a drawing a skeleton cannon or something. Right? Yeah, that's a little more weird and more interesting for me. The Yu-Gi-Oh way, basically.
I definitely go for like the weird stuff.
Yeah, it's cool.
I like the stuff that I feel like the stuff that we produce together, like my ideas and what you produce, they kind of make an impression.
Yeah.
They're memorable.
Yeah, the Bainug is for sure. I know.
Like you worked on the crustworm, and I think that even though it's just like a caterpillar, it's a really cool design.
Yes, I like it.
Did you show it to your son?
No, I showed him the sketch, not the finished one. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I wanted to show him. I wanted to show him the whole line, all of them together. So we'll see. It's gonna be done on Monday, probably, unless something weird happens. I have to account for that, because oh, I said that my daughter was sick the other day. Now my wife is sick. I'm not. But karma exists. This time I didn't catch it first, at least. Hopefully I won't. Hopefully I won't. Because I've given enough already. Because otherwise I'm going to have to skip streaming again for how many days? For as long as it lasts, basically. You know, I would really like to not do that. I won't do that. Okay, clearly won't be able to finish it, but at least I can kind of like the fact that it's a little more brown there. At least I can take it to a little bit of a better finish in the last 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm better off just working on these in my non-existent extra time. Because I also have to finish Pale Beast, I believe. I don't think I finished that. Akihiran is finished. My barrel is finished. The others are not.
You gotta finish Dice Armadillo.
Yeah, Dice Armadillo is not finished. The one we worked on yesterday. And this is clearly not finished. It's not like urgent anyway. It's just fun to do. It's basically just a lot of rendering. So it's fine, I guess.
Yeah, and you got a lot of positive feedback from the Maw Barrel and the Akihiran when you posted them.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yes.
I mean, the thing that's really cool about these is that you're pretty faithful to the original design for the most part. It's almost like reposing and restructuring.
Yeah, it's basically I'm trying to give them the brush tool treatment basically.
Right.
Otherwise, they would probably not even look the same because they're pretty good ideas. In any case, this one is a pretty good idea to start with. So I'm just gonna.
It's definitely weird.
It is weird. Man, I found another weird card today. I forgot the name. Ah, God, that was something definitely up your alley. Like, it was really, really weird.
Did it look older or newer?
Older.
Can you give me a general idea?
Might have been. No, I remember the color scheme. I don't even remember exactly what it was, but it was weird. I found it this morning when I was looking for Digimon cards. It was some sort of humanoid creature with it had like half of the body was like a scorpion, sorta, but it had spikes and eyes. It was like mystical creature something. It had like the pyramid, the Yu-Gi-Oh eye thing. You know what I mean, right? The eye symbol. Of the classic, the Egyptian thing. On it in the middle, and then all these eyes on the back, and it was like a scorpion, sort of. But it was partially humanoid, I think, or that's the impression I had at least. Alleged. Angus is angry.
That sounds really familiar.
I don't know exactly what it is or the name or anything else about it because I forgot. I read the name, but I forgot it right away. So, anyways, all right. I blur a little bit here and there, and like here, blur a little bit. Blur here. I did not dislike the chunky feeling, but probably probably better off.
It's not Millennium Scorpion, is it? Like with that weird mouth.
Let me see.
No, it
No.
doesn't fit the human.
No. Oh, wait. It popped up. It's this. Wait. Circuit. Huh? But it's not that Millennium Scorpion. No. Is it the same thing? I mean this.
Oh, Mystic. Oh, you're talking about Mystical Beast of Circuit?
Yeah, this.
Okay, yeah.
It's definitely not humanoid, but it's cool. I like it. I like this one a lot. It's a very weird scorpion. So I like it. I like this card.
Yeah, as soon as you mentioned Scorpion with the Millennium Eye, I had like a vision of it in my mind. I couldn't think of the name.
Oh, I'm glad because I'm not the only one that cannot remember names.
I'm sorry that I can't remember all 10,000 Yu-Gi-Oh card names.
What? You suck. Why can't you? You should be able to do it. Otherwise, you're not a true Yu-Gi-Oh fanboy.
I mean, when I was younger, I could name all the Pokemon easily. I can't do that
same.
now, though.
Oh, Gen 1 I can still. Gen 1 to... 1 and 2, I guess.
I could do it up to like 1 through 5, but after that, it's just all
Oh,
runs together.
no. Also, like, to your credit, there are a lot more than there used to be, so...
There's over 1,000 of them now.
Yeah, a little too many. Anyway, okay, a little polish here. Just a little bit. A little too blurry, probably. So this is gonna take some time. Definitely gonna take some time. But it's going well. So, thanks everybody for being here. Thanks Guy for popping into the chat and everyone who was lurking in the bushes. We will be back on Tuesday. I might even switch the... Chase, when is the US going back to winter time? Is it in 2 weeks from now? Because it might become really hard for you to join at that point, because it's going to be 1 hour earlier. Because we don't here, so... anyway,
it's gonna be not tomorrow, but next Sunday.
Next Sunday. So it's gonna be 1 hour earlier. For the guys that are in Europe, from tomorrow it's gonna be 1 hour earlier, and from the guys in the US it's gonna be from next week. So hopefully it's not too disruptive the time. I cannot do another one right now. I might be able to do the mornings, so that's evening US time, but cannot confirm yet, so we'll see. Anyway, thanks everybody for being here, and I will catch you on Tuesday, I believe, with FF7. If not, we're gonna do FF7 on Saturday maybe, or Sunday or Friday. We'll see. All right, you guys have